I'm going to call the meeting to order, and we'll do other things until the Mulveys get here. Okay, has everybody seen the minutes for August 26th?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, everybody's reviewed them?
Yes.
All right, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented. Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Everybody has signed the warrants? Okay.
Yes. So Tom, on the warrants
It
from
would be good
last
to
week.
have a motion in a second.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I make a motion that we accept the payroll warrant, payroll deduction warrant, and the vendor warrant as signed.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next item on the agenda, small claims court for unpaid ambulance bills, consult with counsel. Tom, what do we have on that?
I can speak to that. You'll find in your packets a very short piece that I did. It's extremely easy to file a claim in small claims court. It entails simply filling out a form. However, this is a question of $1,000 plus presumably court costs. We could conceivably put in time, some administrative time that town staff has spent to pursue this. And because of those added complexities, and that I actually haven't done it before, I would like permission to consult with counsel in this case to learn how to do it and do it properly and move forward with that.
That's fine. That's fine. Everybody in agreement?
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, and
Yeah.
I'll move that forward.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Next item on the agenda, Franklin Regional Council of Governments representation. Okay.
Yes.
Now, we need a member of the select board.
Well, it's not strictly necessary. I recommend it because the power of any body depends on its members, and the select board is the executive of the town.
Okay.
And that's all I'll say about that right now.
Okay, I will take that spot as our representative to the Franklin Council of Governments, if that's okay with Rick and Jim.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Okay. Now, that's to the council itself. Now, do we also need representatives to the Cooperative Inspection Program and the Cooperative Public Health Service Board?
Yes, those are both advisory boards dealing with programs that the town engages in. And I would be happy to serve in those capacities. They don't meet very often, I will say. I think one is quarterly and the other might meet 6 times a year.
Okay, so you want to take those 2 spots?
I'd be happy to.
Okay, I'll make a motion that Tom represent us at the Franklin Regional Council of
Come on in,
Governments
Jordan.
for the Franklin
Actually,
County
Henry could be
Cooperative
right up front.
Inspection Program Advisory Board.
I'll be
Rick,
right up.
Rick, I'm in the middle of a motion.
All right.
And the Cooperative Health Service Board. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll just note that I have been asked, because I've been a member of the Regional Planning Board for a good deal of time, I've asked to be become an at-large member. That's just for your information.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Not
Mr. Mulvey,
Hi, how are you?
good to see you. This is Mulvey, nice to see you.
Hi,
Hi, Gordon.
Hi.
Good to see you.
this is Henry.
Hi, Henry.
How are we doing?
Hi, Henry.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the application for the Guilford Trust Grant. The Mulveys have presented us with a very comprehensive application. Everybody's seen this application?
Certainly have.
And Mr. Mulvey, your request is for how much?
Well, we thought we'd ask for 15,000.
For 15,000, okay. Okay, in this original request,
Originally, when we were looking at a new van, they're $60,000-$70,000.
mhm,
We were approved for a lower interest loan from Easter Seals for 25,000.
okay,
So, and then we have received some money from Catastrophic Assistance Massachusetts for 13,000.
okay.
So we used 10 of it for the van, so we're down to 15,000 left.
Okay, so,
Just rough numbers.
so 15,000 will complete all the money you need to get this new van?
Yep, yep.
Okay. All right, I'll make a motion that, as trustees of the Guilford Trust, we make a grant to the Mulveys for a specialized van in the amount of $15,000. Do I have a second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it'll be done.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I have a quick question. So MIT, right?
Yes, that's
All right, so are we on track for MIT, or?
working hard. Yes. And A S. Can you hear this echo?
This is Henry's communication board.
Okay.
Right. Actually, I thought while we're waiting for Henry to do that, the article that you gave us and you had sent out was a wonderful article, Henry. I thought it was really
Yeah.
well done.
Very.
It was very, very inspiring.
He
And-
wrote that for a contest, a national-wide contest to try and win a van,
Right.
and unfortunately, he didn't win. And when the contest ended last year, he was in the hospital, at Children's Hospital. He spent 3 weeks there.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a nice way for him to be diverted from thinking about the hospitalization, because he had the contest on his mind.
Yeah. Exactly.
Unfortunately, he didn't win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They only gave out 3 vans.
And that was nationwide, correct?
Yeah.
So it was kind of a
Yes.
rough.
It was rough.
It was,
Yeah.
the odds were.
There was a lot of people competing
Rough.
for those vans.
But it sounds like the community had a lot of support and.
Yeah, a lot of people got behind Henry,
Yeah.
all throughout the community, and people would call us up and say, I'm voting every day for him.
Exactly.
Great.
Okay, Henry.
I get us at Frontier.
I get A's at Frontier, he said.
That's great.
Excellent, that's what I read in
Excellent.
the article.
Yep. Was I thinking?
The way this works is for every button, 3 buttons would be 1 word. So it has its own language in it. So,
Wow.
Almost like shorthand where you can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is sort of like shorthand.
yeah, yeah.
It's a whole nother language.
yeah, it's called MinSpeak.
It's amazing
Yeah.
that we've gotten to where we can do things like that.
Right, yeah.
It's nice to see
Yeah.
computer technology being put to a good use.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't always like it.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, and he has a joystick at home for moving a mouse around on the screen.
Oh,
Yep. So, and a power chair.
Well, the other amazing thing is the support that you folks as parents give Henry, and so, in your application, I felt like the trust funds that the town has, the Guilford Trust, the M&M Germain Fund,
Yeah.
that have been given years ago and have accumulated
Right.
it's a great chance for us as trustees to look at the community and be able to, you know, vote on things like assisting folks like you and others.
Yeah,
So,
we
so I'm glad
really
you
appreciate it.
persevered in your application, because again, you're
very
just
good.
the type of folks that the Guilford folks would have, you know, appreciated.
Yeah, we apologize that in your first application, we were having a bit of a problem at the town administrator level, and it kind of
Yeah,
got put to the side. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're revisiting this, and
Yeah.
we've put it to bed.
yeah, great.
Meeting at the
Thank
transfer
you.
station is the key.
It's a great place. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I think she's almost done.
I liked the Old Town dump too,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
back in there.
yeah, I remember that. It's always on fire, it's smoldering away.
I took home more stuff than I left. My wife would get so upset.
Oh,
Okay, Henry's ready.
I hope to go to MIT. I hope to go to MIT. I hope to go to MIT. For urban planning, then to MassDOT. So if you ever need help, I'm your guy. Thank you very much for your help with the van.
Thank you.
You're
Henry.
most
welcome,
welcome,
Henry.
Henry.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
you.
All right, good,
Mr.
nice
Mulvey,
meeting
thank you for coming in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Henry, pleasure meeting you. Mrs. Mulvey, pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Henry, keep up the good work. All right, and keep us posted. I want to know when you get into MIT.
Oh, yeah, he'll let you know.
All right.
We're pulling for it. Good go.
all right, thanks.
Okay.
It feels good to be a trustee once in a while, huh?
It does.
Yes, that was good.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. That was a good one.
Okay. Regional Council of Governments, assisting towns with IT and broadband planning. Tom, what do we have on that?
That would be me.
Rick's.
So I just want to report on the fact that at the last council meeting, which you will be going to now, the FERCog was interested in helping towns to kind of look at the Mass Broadband 123 coming all our ways, and to assess IT needs and how to connect to the system. So I raised my hand quickly and said Conway will be the guinea pig for their kind of seeing how they can do visioning sessions. So on the 21st of August, this last month, they came here, Linda Dunleavy, one of their consultants who's worked for Comcast and other IT companies, and a couple of other FERCog folks. And so myself, Tom, two of the technology committee members, Sue Siegel and Warren Cohen, were here. So it's basically just sort of a discussion of our needs, what the possibilities are for connecting. So no decisions were made so much, but just sort of a, again, quoted visioning session.
Mm-hmm.
So that was done, and they've, since our get-together, have kind of gone out to other towns saying, you know, make an appointment with us. So, so I think from that, we'll maybe get some more input from them about how we can connect our building and so forth. So just a FYI for the board.
Okay, great. Next item on the agenda, letter supporting Governor Patrick's IT bond bill, House 3330. We have two letters that have been requested by Andrea Lamas, and we're going to sign these letters and deliver them to the Buckland Town Hall, and they will be taken to, they will be sent to the governor's office, basically to support the extension of the last mile, the $40 million, Right now, we've got middle mile with MBI, and they're looking at last mile, and one of the big problems was the idea that towns like ours that are underserved but have a seriously unserved population were basically passed over for those towns that are totally unserved. So there's going to be some talk about that. But this is the start of that, the $40 million authorization and funding for the last mile. So I'll make a motion that we send these letters of support to Buckland so they can forward them on to Governor Patrick's office, and we'll sign 2 letters, one for the House and one for the Senate. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. There's one.
I was just thinking the other day, last week, about this, after I looked at this over the, it would be really good, public relations and whatever for some of these ultra-rich corporations. And it would be helpful to them too, to throw in a little money, somebody like the Google guy or whatever, to make sure everybody had it. Then it would benefit them as well in the long run. So why not extend it to everybody? I don't quite understand why not. Pocket change.
We have, next item on the agenda is to approve the Hampshire County Farm Bureau tractor ride for October 20. Tom, do you have some more information on that?
Yes, this is a publicity event that the Farm Bureau sponsors in order to, well, just gain publicity for the Farm Bureau, and what they do is they get as many tractors as they can to ride the back roads through many towns. This is the first time they've come through Conway, or that they've expressed interest in coming through Conway. I did check this out with Chief Ouimet, who's in touch with the area police chiefs about it, and has not expressed any problem to me. They, on their proposed route that they sent in the email that you have, they say that they will be traveling on Route 116. Since then, they have changed that. I got a late communication that said they're just going to be crossing 116 and will not be traveling along it at all.
Okay, good.
But instead will be totally on the smaller roads.
Like Elm Street and Reeds Bridge Road, Graves
Yeah,
Road.
Reeds Bridge to Graves, getting
Down
going
that
into
way.
South Deerfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they going to have a hay wagon that we can ride on and throw candy to the crowds?
I
Like the
will be
politicians do.
happy to suggest that to them.
Okay, our police chief has no problem with it, right?
No.
Okay, so considering that the chief has no problem with it, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the Hampshire County Farm Bureau tractor ride for October 20. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Sounds like fun.
Okay, next item on the agenda.
Aye.
Mary?
Hi, Mary.
John O'Rourke.
Hi, John, nice to
to
see
meet
you
you.
again.
Jim Moore.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Mary.
How you
Will
doing?
Flanagan.
Will, how are you? John O'Rourke.
Well, Jim Moore. Hi, Will. Good.
Hi.
Can we pull the cushy chairs over for you? Will Flanagan.
Will
Flanagan.
Oh, right. Okay, you guys are a couple of minutes early, so we're just gonna get something else
No
done
problem.
for a second.
Just sit on the sidelines.
Next item on the agenda is the Board of Selectmen meeting schedule. I believe this has been asked to be put on the agenda by
By
Rick Bean.
Mr. Bean, I believe, yes.
Mr.
What's this about?
Well, this is about the fact that we did end up going to our summer schedule, which is every other week.
Yep.
And we've been doing that for a while, and the feeling that I had was that given our recent history of some really quick meetings, it seems like we might be able to go to an every other week schedule, which has been other towns have adopted and seem to be happy with. So,
Well, let me just put in here that the reason that we have quick meetings is because we have a very efficient town administrator now and a very efficient board of selectmen. So that's the reason for the faster than was the fact
Right.
meetings. Okay. So are you suggesting a meeting schedule of every 2 weeks
correct.
because things are being run so efficiently?
I think things are being run so efficiently, and again, it's a matter of time and so forth. So, Tom, getting ready for a meeting every week is, time consuming, and if it's able to be done every other week without any, difficulty as far as getting the town business done, seems to me every other week makes sense.
So you're telling me that Tom wouldn't spend double the time every other week that he does every week to
I don't know, he'd have to speak for himself, but again, knowing that I'm the chair of the Energy Committee, I'm the chair of the Technology Committee, I'm liaison to the plan, I'm liaison to four. The number of meetings
It's okay.
has gotten to the point where I would
All right.
appreciate every other week.
I think
for the select
things are
board.
running pretty well on a every other week schedule. So I think on a trial basis, we'll try and we'll continue that every other week schedule. I'll make a motion that we go to an every other week schedule. And we'll review that in, say, the end of the year. And if we think it's running okay, then we'll maintain it.
I think that's a fabulous idea.
Okay?
Yeah.
You like that motion?
Very well.
Well, one thing to add, and that is, I think when it gets time to budget season, we will have to have
Yes.
weekly meetings.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I just want to make that clear.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
Well, I was
and-
just
and-
thinking-
And again, if in this 2-week schedule, we have something that comes up that we really need to meet in a week in between, we're gonna do that.
Tom can
Absolutely.
contact us and we'll meet.
So the motion is that we will do an every other week schedule for now, and we'll reevaluate at some point in the future to see if that's working properly. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. That was too eager.
Too easy.
I'm so excited. Here we go.
All right, one more item from mail. We have a letter from Comcast, and, okay, they have basically said to us that they're going to be a little bit delayed in their project, which was supposed to be completed by the end of September. They're looking for sometime in October because there were unforeseen delays. This is for, information.
Wow.
I don't see a big problem with this, okay? Especially since you'll be getting your Comcast line past your house very
I'm
shortly.
happy about that as well. I couldn't be happier.
So I'll make a motion to file this.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I think we can take you guys now. Come on.
We're a little early, we apologize for that. I just have some information to give you first.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. The material I'm giving you is just a couple of pieces of information, a little bit about what we've done and what we're doing. And again, my name's Mary Vilbon. I'm the Executive Director for the Greater Shelburne Falls Area Business Association. And Will Flanders is the President of the board this year. And we have one other board member that's going to be joining us probably in a few minutes. So what we're actually doing, a lot of communities don't know, but our organization represents the 10 towns in West County. And I think, Rick, this past spring, we were emailing back and forth, and I think I was talking to the town clerk here, and they had no idea that our organization represents your town. So we're just going town to town and visiting and saying hello and maybe answering some questions about what we do as an organization. And that document that you see there, and I think Tom's probably a little bit familiar with that because he's been on the SETS committee, but that's something that we did as a pilot project with the FERCog. And so that came up in a discussion of trying to encourage new business to West County. And so that document has a lot of statistics, so when people come into my office and they ask about locating a business in West County and asking about statistics, this document is available to them. This is something that I can send Tom electronically if you ever wanted to put it on your town website. So if people are looking at properties in town, that could be something available to them. The other brochure that you have is just a little bit about the benefits that we offer the members of the businesses in West County, and you can see some of the things that we do. Obviously, we focus a lot on tourism because some of the towns in West County, it's 50,000 people a year go to the village of Shelburne Falls. Well, what some people don't know, over 120,000 go to the town of Charlemont every year.
Really?
Yes. I know, you wouldn't think that, but
Is
that's.
that mostly Berkshire East?
And Zor,
Right.
and Crabapple.
Right.
Right.
But what those communities lack is the restaurants and
Yes.
things where other towns have those things. So it's really about working together to help to support the economy across West County. So that's a really significant part of the work we do. And that's why I think it's important that we're here, we're saying hello. And I know that you do have businesses in this community that don't know that we represent them.
Yeah.
Warfield House is nice.
It is very nice.
You know, one of the things I've always admired about Shelburne Falls is they seem to have a really good handle on the way they run business. And, your organization is certainly, part of that and part of the promotion of that. I think Shelburne Falls does a great job with business.
I do too.
But we want to do a great job for your community too.
I wish we had a town center to do that with. Hopefully, as the planning board plans more over these next several years, we get more in terms of an actual town center where people can come for whatever services they might want or need. So hopefully our development goes in that direction and we mirror some of the things that you guys have done right up in Shelburne Falls.
Now, you're part of the center, the visitor center kind of info.
Yeah, my office is actually upstairs from the village information.
Because I've been there before. My wife used to sit in there sometime.
And your wife's name?
Chris Eugene,
Oh, I think
Greenfield Co-op.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Okay,
Yeah.
great. And part of it too is it's not businesses that necessarily have a storefront. You may have artists that are here.
Sure.
And so some of the benefits that we have of helping to market those businesses, that they have a link on our website. We have close to 3,000 people a month that go to the ShelburneFalls.com website that promotes all of West County. And there's also, even if you're someone like Will, who's an attorney, being a member, he gets a discount for his heating oil. And he could give that to his employees, or it could be done at his home. So there's many benefits to discount on health insurance, dental insurance, because it's part of a group plan.
Yeah.
So those are important things that we want to make sure that you're familiar with.
Great.
Are you related to the Flanders just up the road?
Ultimately, we're all related. It's a very small family. In terms of
There's a chair you can.
other.
Hello, Whit. How are you? Welcome back.
Fine. Yes, thank you.
Former Conway resident. We know her well. Matter of fact, we saw her today, didn't we?
Yes,
Or the Royal
Thank
Week.
you for coming.
Do you miss us?
I do.
I know you do.
I do
know you do.
greatly.
We can understand that.
I still.
But you like where you are too.
Yeah, I love where I am. I'm very happy. I like
Don't push it
Western
too much.
Massachusetts. West County, how about
Okay,
that?
all right, good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So the association actually started in the mid-90s at a time when when the state was pushing municipal business partnership. And they started, there was money to start those kind of things. And we're one of only two in the Shelburne Falls, in the village, we're the one of only two partnerships left in the state. And we've been cranking ever since, the mid-90s. And at some point, so it started off just Buckland and Shelburne, and then the mission of the Business Association got expanded now to the 10 And so we've been pushing sort of step by step, how do we move out into the larger community? And one of my ideas is to how do we have people who come to Shelburne Falls, and after 2 or 3 hours, they go, okay, we've seen what there is to see, now what? And they come to the visitor center. And what I want to do is figure out some way to say, okay, here's what you can do in
Here are your
Conway, here's what
choices.
you do in Ashfield, here's Coleraine, Charlemont. It's like, here's all these other day trips that you can make that'll take the people who come in and send them out.
Well, you know, you can always send them to a select board meeting here in Conway.
Right, exactly.
About the most exciting thing happening in town. Yeah.
Well, but I'm sure I know there's some really interesting farms here.
Yes.
And if they were if they were open one day a week, for visitors, that would be a way to draw people in. And the more people that are drawing in, the more energy there is to have something in town, because there'll be people coming through.
Sure.
So it's one of those chicken and egg things. How do you get people coming so that then there's a market for things?
I have a question for probably all three of you. So can you just explain quickly your funding, how you function, where your money comes from, where it goes? And,
Today or tomorrow?
I saw you with the can out there after today, but can you give us a clearer picture?
Well, WIT actually has been great helping us write grants this year, but a lot of our funding is membership, and also we have major sponsors. So the banks sponsor a lot of the events that we do. We do 10 different events each year. Some of them are fundraisers, and some of them are community good feel events, like Moonlight Magic.
That's fun.
It is fun, and it's purely an event to, celebrate the time of year, kick off the holiday season, but to just have everybody together in one spot having a great time. So I would say, I don't know the percentages on the memberships, where it is balance-wise, but, the membership obviously dues is a part of the budget as well.
And then staff-wise, it's a huge staff of hundreds, or like,
Yeah, there is,
would it be
yeah.
just you, or where is it?
So I'm full-time, and I have one event coordinator that just came on in the last year, and they are paid per event, and they're very, very part-time. And then, like right now, I just had an intern from Clark University who started with us today, so that's another way that we try to get support. But basically, it's volunteers like Will and Whit, and we have many of them throughout the year. Our board members of 13 right now, every one of them puts a significant amount of time for the success of the organization.
With your board members, the 13 of them, do they all have to their names have to start with W, or?
No, I didn't think about that, but
All
I
right,
should think about
they have
that.
different names.
Oh, you want to eliminate being,
All right.
you want to eliminate being on the board.
And as far as representing the towns, any Conway folks on your board? I'm curious.
Not right now,
Okay.
no, and that's part of, again, our outreach, is that we don't have a lot of connection with Conway.
I'm trying to expand the board in terms of its geographical.
So when we look at our board members, not only do we look at what towns they represent, but we also look at what business sector they represent. And we try very hard to make it a diverse group, and not that it's just retail businesses.
Okay.
So,
What I'd like to suggest, that you coordinate with Tom, and we'd like to get some information about you and your operation on our website, so that people in town will know more about it.
that's true.
Great.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
That would
And
be
that,
wonderful.
and we can, expand the outreach within the town and help you guys, because I think this is very important. Yeah.
May I interject? I'm trying to help Mary and SFABA become a regional organization. So our initial effort is to expand basically through the arts. We haven't yet been funded for the idea, but we want to, because Shelburne Falls is a cultural district and a creative community. Those are designations that the states have given us. We realize that the arts are pretty key to our having a cultural district designation. So we are, we hope, we kind of,
Working on it.
we do fits and starts depending on the finances. But we hope to expand through through the artists, to get to know the artists in the communities, and at the same time begin to find out what the businesses are, who the farmers are, etc., so that we have a real knowledge base from which to work and from which to begin promoting the region as a whole and to begin planning together as 10 communities. So, and we think that that will generate interest from each community. If they're part of the beginning of the regionalization of our towns and a regional effort for economic development, then we'll be, you know, more apt to work together and forget those town lines. And
Oh, absolutely. I think economic and business development is key to the growth of this area. And certainly one of the keys to economic development is the broadband initiative and the last mile initiative that we just spoke about earlier tonight. So,
Can I ask if your town requires businesses to register with the town?
yes,
You do.
we do.
Because it's interesting, that varies from town to town. So, okay.
Definitely.
Actually, just a quick plug on September 12th, which is this week, which is what day?
Thursday.
Thursday. There's a program right 2 doors down, I believe it's 2 doors down at the Conway Historical Society. And I just got my postcard in the mail, so maybe all of you might have delivered a few. But the program has to do with, I don't remember the title per se, but it's like, I think it's Made in Conway, because of course our history, as some of you may know, we made all sorts of things for many, many years. And so they have 3 speakers, which are very interesting. Bill Siff, my next door neighbor, hi Bill, and he actually owns Gold Thread Apothecary,
Yep.
which you folks probably know. So his herb farm is right next door and it's gorgeous. He'll be speaking as a business owner, as well as, let's see, the 2 others, I had him a second ago. So, and then it's Russ French, who is one of our biggest business owners, Owesco Farm Implements. And then the 3rd business owner, is Mike Kirkalonis. And people, you know Mike from the planning board. And Mike,
hoping you'll join
very few
SFABA.
people know about Mike's operation, which I've been to see, and I think you have.
Amazing.
He's got an amazing high-tech machinery shop, Poplar Hill Machinery, I believe.
Yeah,
So the
machine
3
shop.
of them, very diverse businesses in Conway, are going to come together and speak about Made in Conway. So that'll be this Thursday. So again, I think that's a sort of an impetus, and then the planning board, as you might know, is working on the village center stuff. So they're also interested in getting the businesses together. So I think we're slowly, trying to get businesses to communicate and support them. So timely for you guys to show up.
Yeah, no, and that's great. And something even as simple as that event
Yeah.
is to try to get community members to go to our website and post those events on that calendar. So again, that people, like, I would have loved to know that before tonight, and it would have been great if it was on the website, so people knew that that was happening.
Okay.
So just those small things that can start to happen can make a significant difference.
Okay, yeah, we'd love to have you coordinate with Tom and
Definitely will
and
do
let's
that.
let's get us into the game here.
Great.
Okay.
Cool.
Very good.
And I'm gonna leave those brochures for you.
Good,
if you
thanks.
don't mind.
Will, thanks for coming in. Nice meeting you.
It's a pleasure,
Mary,
John.
good seeing you.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Good seeing you. And say hi to Tom.
Yes, he's
So you
right
really
up
well.
the
You look
street.
so good.
He's visiting with our
You
friend
are
Nancy and
not
Jerry.
Okay.
related to Alex
Hey,
up
good
the
to see
street.
you.
We're
Alex
San
Flanders.
Francisco tonight.
All the finders go back to one guy in Salisbury,
Going to see
Mass.
a grandchild.
in 1644.
Oh, so that's why you say you're all
We're all
related?
related.
Oh, okay.
But in terms directly, no.
No, okay. I just wanted she and her husband are awfully nice.
Well, it's nice to get your email. And Mike McCusker says
Hi, Jim.
Well, good to see you again. Don't see you often. Yeah, I know you get over here occasionally, but
From time to time.
yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
All
Take
right.
care.
See you later.
Good night.
Okay.
Okay, Tom, do you have an update for us?
Yes. And did I give you copies of this?
Copies of,
My update?
No.
I did not. How could I not do that? I know, because everything started so early. While that's printing out, I'll say that I have a progress report on 638 South Deerfield Road. I was charged last time with figuring out how to go about assessing its buildability so that we can move on it. It is a conforming lot, and we could have a wetlands delineation done, as well as a perk test to help find out how buildable it is. And a side note, it could be accounted for under building maintenance, but eventually we should have a budget item called property management to be more inclusive
Sure,
and account for things
absolutely.
more clearly. I have contacted the Board of Health to discuss testing and septic options, as alternative treatments could make the lot buildable, even if it is not now, though they could cost more to construct, and to see whether the Board of Health would be willing to do a perk test with the Highway Department digging the hole, which they're willing to do, or whether they would prefer we use a contractor. And I have not yet had a response from Carl. I sent him a little reminder today, but didn't get anything back from that. There is a preliminary cost estimate for the new highway garage that substantially exceeds $1.5 million. And Ken has called a meeting of that committee. It's going to be Wednesday night here at 6 p.m. And I'll get plans. Ron's going to go see the plans. Everybody's going to get all the documents at that meeting. Since the original cost estimate is substantially larger than 1.5 million, it does mean that the town is required to hire an owner's project manager to act as the town's clerk of the works. So that's the next step.
Okay, when you say substantially exceeds, what do you mean?
It's somewhere between $2 and $3 million. He didn't have the exact figure
2 to 3 million.
off the top of his head, and but I'll have that after Wednesday. And that level in the procurement procedures of the state means that we are required to hire someone to manage the project for us. Now, this isn't very expensive, by the way. The Rowe School building, the owner's project manager for that, costs just under $30,000.
Really?
And that would be about double this cost. Now, that doesn't mean that the management cost would be half.
Yeah.
But it's still, we're looking at a few tens of thousands of dollars here instead of, a larger amount. I've gotten a sample bid form and am reviewing it. This was for the Rowe School. It's not necessary to have previously secured funding through town meeting before soliciting bids, so long as this is made clear in the invitation to bid. It's dependent on town meeting funding.
Sure.
But spending from any of the money from the stabilization fund does require a town meeting vote. So I will suggest a special town meeting to secure funds for the owner's project manager as soon as the bid documents are ready. Now, I can draw up one based on the bid documents that I have. It is a relatively complex project. Depending on how Ron and I think that process goes, we may decide to go with my own bid document and process. This would be something that we could shop to the FERCog for maybe $1,000 or less, I would say, probably less. And I'll just leave that for now. But it is a complex process that we would want done right, and relative to the project as a whole, it wouldn't be that much. But I'm gonna see how much I can get done myself and how confident I am with that.
Okay.
Looking at the original document, it's extremely complex. But that was a whole school, so it's a little different. The 250th committee is going to have a fundraiser on the covered bridge on September 28th. They intend to allow people to bring their own bottles of alcohol. If the town does not have a policy prohibiting such an event, state law indicates it's fine. I've checked in with the insurance company. It's also fine with them. It actually seems better than issuing a permit to pour. Now, we wouldn't be pouring. If we issued one, it would put some liability on the town that we don't currently have. The insurance people did suggest considering a police detail, and I've given both Michelle Harris and Ken Wimet that information to follow up on as they see fit.
I think in the past, we have given them a liquor license for one day.
One
to
day
have-
temporary liquor
yeah,
license.
yeah.
Well, that was what Maya was saying. You certainly don't need to do it according to state law.
If people bring their own bottles.
Yeah,
And there's a police detail.
and it could expose us to more liability if we actually did that.
Okay.
Because we would be giving
We don't want to be involved in the
explicit permission.
pouring.
Yeah.
Right. And
Okay.
that's what that's for. The liquor license is a pouring license,
Okay.
a delivery license, and
Okay.
we're not delivering.
Yeah, that has traditionally
We
been
make
a bring your own bottle event. So we really don't have to do a license for that.
Right, and
Okay.
and it may well be better that we don't.
Okay, all right.
We received a notice of the resignation of Marcel Morgan from the Community Preservation Committee. He was the Open Space Committee representative, so the Select Board does not need to take further action on that.
It's a she.
She, sorry. The Mass Municipal Association has asked whether Conway would like to participate in its annual 6th grade essay contest. I've emailed an inquiry to the school, and unless there is objection from this board, plan to move forward, which would just require the chair's signature. That would allow the MMA to send materials to the school to use if they wanted to. It's nothing like that, but we should put something up on the website about that too, and
Yeah.
they have some suggestions for that. Poll hearings for when a new power or telephone pole gets installed have been done by the planning board. These really should be done by the select board. They're not complicated. They do require a special notice in the agenda and a particular time, and it is
Right. Yeah.
technically a hearing, but they're really fairly simple. Next one that comes up, we'll probably be doing that here.
Yeah, when our select board was part of the planning board, we
Mm.
were involved in those. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll be giving Ron Sweet a heads up on that too, because he's interested in anything that happens in that.
Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's a good idea.
If we have a representative to the Franklin County Veterans District, there is a meeting October 10th. I believe the Select Board Chair is the representative by statute unless there is some other designee.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay. It's a good group of people. I went to the meeting. I went to one meeting.
10th, okay.
Finally, I'm thinking of making up a business card. I have some templates. I gave out one of them tonight, actually.
You know, I had done a template for select board business cards
Whoa.
a while back,
Well,
but I'll send you one.
Oh, okay, I could do this. That's basically what I had.
You know, actually, have you seen Jim's town seal? I like Jim's. You ever see Jim's?
You know, I asked Ginny about that, and it turns out that this hand-drawn seal is in fact currently the official town seal.
This
of
one?
Conway.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's,
I just
But the fire
take a town meeting vote.
truck, I think, has, the town truck has the drawing I did
Oh, really?
on the, they had.
Oh, I'll be sure
had
to
it
look at
made.
that.
And the ambulance group have a patch that's that logo kind
Oh,
of thing I
okay.
made. I made it for the Festival of the Hills.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
I think it's much better than this one. Jim is quite an artist.
well, I've designed an awful lot of things
I-
for different
I saw-
organizations in
I saw some of
town.
your
T-shirts.
paintings up at.
Pages,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, I think I need one at least temporarily. And
I think that would be good for you to have one.
Most emphatically.
See that? See the
Oh.
one? It's the one Jim did.
a kind of a collage of
Yeah, just
library and the
old
bridge.
town activities and things, yeah.
So you already made one up for yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because when we go to these Selectmen's
Yeah.
Association meetings, you know, everybody else is handing
Yeah,
out a
yeah,
card and we're sitting there
exactly.
like,
Yeah, we're just getting our pens out. Hey, I can write my, oh my gosh.
I
Oh,
get
wow.
those, I make those sticky things.
Well, that's all for
Post-it
my
note
report.
thing.
okay.
Like that.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
I carry one of those.
All right, we have We have one more item for signature. Well, actually, two more items. We already approved the Mulvey grant. I have to sign a document for that, so can I get a motion?
So I move that you sign it.
Okay.
I second that.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
And we have a request from our fire chief to participate in, this is an annual request that I've seen before, and essentially it's for the excess federal property and control of wildland and community fire protection. Just requires my signature. So I'll make a motion that we approve this, and I will sign this. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who seconded that?
I allowed Jim to second. It just seems appropriate, having been the longer serving select board member, and then I just kind of follow suit. So we'll usually keep that going.
Just down the row. Huh?
Seconded and
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have any concerns of the selectmen?
well, not so much a concern. I was just curious. I believe Tom had forwarded to us, and we probably got it outside of that, that the legislative breakfast meetings are coming up in September, and so as requested, I went online and signed up for the September 20th legislative breakfast in Florida. Anybody else joining me down south?
I did. I want to go to Florida.
Oh,
I signed up.
this is, oh, I'm sorry, this is the Florida and Massachusetts, yes, I guess.
It's
someone
cold
wants to-
up
Way-
there. There could be
way up
snow up
So,
there.
so you signed up?
Florida.
And we could go together if you
All right.
like.
Are you
What's the
joining us?
what's the population of Florida?
20.
Yeah, is
Hey,
it that
watch
many?
it. Our Floridian friends are watching.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not, they're a great town. I've been there. They're
It is.
wonderful
I have
people.
too.
So are you joining us?
I'm not sure yet. We'll
Okay.
see.
I went over Florida Mountain once, in, like almost mid-May. 4 inches of snow on the ground.
It can be a little cool out there. The other thing I was just curious about is, I think everybody's gotten the Select Board Essential Workshops from the FERCog. These are great. I mean, they did it
So
last
good.
year, but this year, even more and better stuff. So I can't go on the next one, which is Advanced Open Meeting Law Topics, because I've got a CISA dinner, Taste the View, on that night. But hopefully one of you guys can make it, and the others I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Okay, Jim, any concerns?
I can't think of anything offhand.
Okay. All right, our next meeting will now be scheduled for September 23rd,
Yippee!
okay, here at the town offices. Since there's no other business tonight, I will make a motion that we adjourn the meeting. Do I have a second?
You seconded this time.
Seconded.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 I
Thank you
seconded
all.
that time.